What if I told you a six-figure household could still be one broken transmission away from panic? Sounds impossible, right? Two salaries, solid careers, decent life on paper, so why does it still feel like financial quicksand? Today we are unpacking a paradox nobody warns you about until you're already stuck in it. Picture this. Two professionals, both working full-time. She earns $60,000 to $1,000, he makes $71,000. Together, $133,000 a year. Statistically, that's elite territory. They should be investing, traveling, stacking savings. Instead, stress, things savings, credit cards for emergencies, and exhaustion from barely seeing each other. How does that math break so badly? Here's the twist. They didn't mess up. They followed the script: degrees, jobs, marriage, house in a good district. They did everything society prescribed for success, yet their finances feel fragile. If you've ever stared at your combined income and thought, we earn too much to feel this broke, you're not crazy. There's a structural reason. Decades ago, economist Elizabeth Warren identified something she called the two-income trap. After analyzing thousands of bankrupt families, she found something shocking. Households with two earners were often more financially vulnerable than those with one. Not because they were reckless, because the system reshaped their costs. Let's rewind to 1970. Back then, one income could realistically support a middle-class family. Housing took about a quarter of earnings. Public schools were decent regardless of neighborhood. Healthcare, food, transportation, manageable. And here's the secret advantage. The second adult wasn't earning yet. That unused earning power was a built-in emergency parachute. Fast forward to today. Two incomes are no longer backup, they're baseline. Most families with kids rely on both salaries just to function. Yes, household income is higher than decades ago. But costs? Housing has doubled relative to inflation. Healthcare exploded. Childcare can rival a second rent. College prices skyrocketed. The extra paycheck didn't create freedom, it got absorbed. Let's dissect the illusion with numbers. Suppose partner A earns $70,000 and partner B earns $50,000. That second salary sounds powerful, but taxes hit it harder because it sits on top of the first income. Suddenly $50,000 shrinks fast. Add childcare, commuting, and convenience spending from sheer exhaustion, and that extra salary can shrink to almost nothing, sometimes even negative. So why does it feel like you should be rich? Because decisions are made using gross income, not real disposable income. Banks approve mortgages based on combined salaries. Dealerships sell cars based on combined salaries. Life gets built around two paychecks continuing forever. That's the trap snapping shut. Here's the core difference between past and present households. Resilience. A single-income family once had unused earning capacity. Modern dual-income families already spend both. Lose one salary today and the system collapses instantly. That's why many financially stable-looking households are actually one crisis away from chaos. And here's the part most people miss. The money didn't vanish into luxury. It went into mandatory middle-class costs, housing in good school districts, healthcare, education. When everyone has two incomes, prices adjust upward until two incomes become the entry ticket. It's an arms race where participation is mandatory and winning is impossible. So what's the escape strategy? Flip the assumption. Instead of building a life that requires two incomes, build one that survives on one. Treat the second salary as optional fuel for savings, investing, and freedom. Same earnings, totally different outcome. Yes, that means smaller house, fewer status upgrades, maybe a less flashy lifestyle. But in exchange you gain something rare. Margin, flexibility, options, the ability to breathe financially. And ironically, that's what people thought two incomes would give them in the first place. Because real wealth isn't about how much comes in. It's about how much pressure your system can survive. Income is speed. Flexibility is armor. And speed without armor doesn't win races, it crashes. Now you know the mechanism. The question isn't whether the trap exists. The question is, are you building your life inside it or outside it? Subscribe for more breakdowns that challenge how you think about money.